President Trump issuing a not-so-veiled warning to Puerto Rico today, tweeting, quote, "We cannot keep FEMA, the military, and first responders who have been amazing under the most difficult circumstances in Puerto Rico forever." Here to react, San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. Let's get right to business here. Our Jim Acosta reported this afternoon that the president's tweets were really aimed at you because the White House thinks that you were criticizing him again. Were you?
Well, you know what? I think when the president makes this personal, he really is exuding behavior unbecoming of a leader of the free world. This isn't personal. This is life-saving. This isn't politics. This is about saving lives. There are thousands of people out there that still don't have drinking water. There are thousands of people out there that do not even have water. They don't have food. They don't have access to the appropriate medication. And the White House response to this and the president's response to this is, you know, I said this morning, rather than being a commander-in-chief, he's like a hater-in-chief. He continues to tweet his hate all over the place. And rather than offering comforting words and being, you know, hey, if you can't be a president, be an executive. Make sure that all ducks are straight in a row and you are getting things done. And I have to say that in the past week, FEMA's response, at least in San Juan, has been a lot better. Is it everything that we need? No.
Do you think the president is treating Puerto Rico differently than Texas and Florida after the hurricanes? Because he didn't tweet that about Texas and Florida, and I'm sure FEMA is still on the ground there.
Yeah, most definitely. He's treating Puerto Rico different than than the U.S. treated Haiti. For some reason, he's taking all of his anger out in Puerto Rico. Now, we have served in all the wars and all the conflicts that the U.S. have had since 1917. You know, we have paid our dues, and there are American citizens here in Puerto Rico. This is a nation. There's a big disconnect between the big heart of the volunteers and the people that are here working on the ground and frankly, the big mouth of the President of the United States that continues to add insult to injury. His tweets.
Let me ask you about his tweets, Mayor.
Out of a book of how to insult people.
But despite his tweets, Tuesday night the Trump administration asked for $4.9 billion to fund a loan program that Puerto Rico can use to address basic functions like infrastructure needs. That matters a lot more than the angry tweets, right? You want to see things get done.
Yes. We want to see things get done. So rather than tweeting, get to work.
Yeah.
Rather than saying disparaging things, let's get constructive. So, you know, if the president wants to take aim at me, I'm here. Bring it on. It doesn't matter to me because this isn't about me.
Let me ask you about the House Speaker Paul Ryan. Also asked today that Puerto Rico needs to begin to stand on its own 2 feet and cited the existing fiscal problems before the hurricane. Is Puerto Rico able to stand on its own 2 feet? What do you make of those comments?
Well, you know, again, I think this is like a virus. People start getting the illness from one place to the other. Look, we have organizations here in San Juan that nobody asked them to help us. They knocked on our door and they said, we're here to help. So if you really call 911, do you want to know where the ambulance is coming from? No. You just want the ambulance to get there, help save your life. You don't want the ambulance to tell you, by the way, ma'am, just make sure you know this is costing the citizens of X $1,000, just so that you know. No. I mean, the most powerful country in the world can't get enough water into Puerto Rico, an island that's 100 by 35 miles. Why? Come on.
Yeah.
You know? Who's going to believe that?
Mayor, the FEMA administration...
It isn't that they can't. It may be that they don't want to.
You don't, yeah. Well, I have to, despite, you know, what the president is saying, the former FEMA administrator, Craig Fugate, told my producer today that FEMA is still working in Louisiana for Katrina recovery. That's 12 years later. And said that FEMA is going to be working for recovery in years to come in Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, in Florida, and Texas. And a tweet doesn't change that. So I want you to give us an update on what's happening. Do you feel that you have the help that you need?
No, but it has gotten better since last week. I have to say that ever since last week, when a new chain of communication was given to us by Homeland Security. Accountability has improved, and things are starting to improve. I can now see the light. Imagine the light at the end of the tunnel. I can't see it yet, but I can imagine it.
Mayor, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, and best of luck, okay?
Thank you very much.
And